Good Monday morning, everybody. Hopefully you had a great weekend and are ready to tackle a brand new work or school week. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer of Morning Pulse, every weekday morning right here on KTTC's digital desk. We do a live stream newscast, micro newscast you could say, for you every weekday morning at this time to bring you just the top local headlines happening in our community and things that you need to know to get your day started or your week started on this Monday. I'm happy to have you here with us. Have a couple stories to get to today. Two of them are actually happening today, things that you might need to know about for our Monday, and then the third story is actually out of Northeast Iowa and is kind of a good thing for college students in that area. So we're going to get started with our first story this morning. It takes place in Rochester. It's kind of something big that's happening here today, and we are talking about Governor Tim Walz coming to Rochester. He's going to be meeting with leadership at Mayo Clinic today. So why is he coming? What is the purpose of this visit? We have learned that he's actually going to be discussing any of the progress that's being made on Mayo Clinic's $5 billion
and as we've seen in Minnesota, and as the FBI has said, an increase
We've
of
talked about that
21%
expansion
of these
and
financial
that
crimes
Bold
across the
Forward
country from
Unbound
22 and
project
23.
for a while now, so
We
he's
have to
coming to get
take
an
that
update on
seriously.
that. We're
And while we
planning
are
for
a
him
generous
to be
state,
in the Med City
we need to be
around
very clear, and I
12:30
think when
this
people read this,
afternoon. Because we know
these are not
about
just
this
financial crimes
visit
against
from
the state
Governor
and the
Walz. We do
taxpayers
plan to
of
have a
Minnesota. These are
reporter
crimes against
at
children. And what
his
we've seen in
meeting
Minnesota
today
is,
with Mayo Clinic to
and it
bring
was
you that
crafted
coverage so you
before we
can look
got
for
here,
that
to
information,
hold
the
the
latest
insurance
on this
companies
story
entirely
on
harmless
air
and have the taxpayers of
on our new
Minnesota
news
foot
as
the
well as our
entire bill.
evening
And as
newscast
you
later
heard,
today,
nobody
as well
else
as
is doing it
online
that
on
way
our website.
because
That's
it doesn't make any
KTTC.com. So be sure to stay with us for continued coverage of this story. But again, Minnesota's governor making a visit to Rochester today, something you want to keep your eye on. Second story is also something that's happening today. We're talking about life-saving training for local law enforcement when they respond to emergency-type mental health calls. So beginning today through several days this week, the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office as well as the Rochester Police Department are going to be coming together and hosting their annual Crisis Intervention Training, also known as CIT. So what happens during this training is sheriff's deputies, detention deputies, and police officers right here in our area are going to be undergoing 34 hours of intensive training. It's all to learn about how to respond to people in crisis during those calls in the field for these officers or deputies. So the Olmsted Rochester program is actually one of the few self-sustaining CIT programs in the state of Minnesota. So that's pretty cool that's right here in our area. We've also learned that about 70% of Olmsted County deputies and Rochester police officers are already trained in this category. We have seen that the types of calls, these types of mental health crisis calls are growing in its numbers for these departments, which is why they are seeing that it's important to have this type of training on a yearly basis for officers maybe that have been there for a really long time or incoming officers and deputies. So it's just an important training that both departments want their staff to be equipped in. So the training starts today and it will be every day through this Thursday. So that's something else that's happening in our area today that we wanted to let you know about. Finally, this morning, our last story is in Northeast Iowa, and we're talking about a pretty big announcement coming from the president of Luther College in Decorah. It's all to help students facing unexpected expenses that could threaten to cut their college education short. So we have learned that President Brad Chamberlain has announced a $500,000 commitment to establish the Norse Microgrant Fund. That's the name of that fund, and that is thanks to Orville and Kathleen Johnson for providing that. They're longtime supporters of Luther College. So kind of breaking down what this new microgrant fund means. One part of that fund will help provide financial support up to $500 for students for any unexpected costs. There's several of those unexpected costs we have listed on our website, as well as right here. Those could be medical, dental, vision expenses, emergency travel expenses, even textbooks or other course materials. So up to $500 per year for students on that. Something that the funds cannot be used for, we want to let you all know, is tuition fees, taxes, co-curricular activities, also Luther parking fees, or any direct family support. So make sure that you, if this is something that pertains to you, that you know the differences there of where this funding could help you at Luther College. The money is going to be available starting this fall, and students are limited to one microgrant per academic year, again, up to $500. So just some things to note for any potential students coming in, or the students that are there right now at Luther College in Decorah. This is some information you want to know. We have that full breakdown. Again, this graphic on your screen doesn't have the list of everything that I just listed about what is included or what isn't, but we do have that information at kettc.com so that you know what to expect. Okay, that is the extent of our Morning Pulse report for you on this Monday morning. It is going to be a pretty typical April day. Meteorologist Ted Schmidt has been talking about all morning. We have some wind. We're going to have a little bit of rain today, a little bit of sunshine. So just some things to keep in mind when you're going about your day, heading out the door, and when you're coming back home after your work day or your school day. So make sure to hold on to your umbrella if you need it, because it is going to be a little windy out there today. You can also learn more about the weather forecast and just news of the day on KTTC News at noon. That will be airing live here in just a couple of hours, a little under 4 hours here, I guess 3.5 from now. Our Charles Kelly is filling in for Jess Abrahamson, so he will be your anchor to deliver the local news and national and world news of the day for you at noon, so maybe a good lunch break option for you. All right, well, that is all I have for you on this Monday. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you are ready to tackle your Monday ahead. I just realized I forgot my Monday motivation card, so I will be doing Monday motivation on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. I will see you right back here tomorrow. Have a nice day.